Good morning. So I have got a recipe today that is actually surprisingly quick. So if you don't log on in the next kind of 5-10 minutes, you're going to blink and miss it. We are going to be making with the favourite chickpeas a lovely little hummus dip. So hummus dip, fantastic for the kids. Great for you if you fancy kind of a decent snack. You can have bits of cucumber sticks that you put in it, carrot sticks, really yummy. So I'm going to start firstly, all you need, I'm going to tell you the ingredients, tin of chickpeas, a lemon. You could go for lemon juice in a bottle, but I've got a fresh one that I was using yesterday, so I've got that left over for some lemon juice. Garlic cloves. If you don't like garlic, then you can have it without garlic, but it will taste a bit blander. You could maybe flavour it with something that's a bit more to your taste. So I've got about 3 garlic cloves, or you could use dried garlic, and olive oil. Bit of olive oil in this one. And to make life easy, I'm going to be using my trusty blender. But if worst case scenario, you don't have one, a fork will do the job. It's just not going to be quite as smooth. So super easy, super quick. And I was kind of thinking I was going to show you how I'm going to decorate mine as well and kind of make it a little bit more special. If we were going to be doing a date night for Valentine's or something, this could be a really nice little starter. Obviously, if you're both having it, make sure you eat the garlic, both of you. Right, okay, so we're going to drain the chickpeas. This week I am not keeping the chickpea water, I am just going to drain them in there. I'm going to just put them straight into this pot here. So just make sure they all go in. It's absolutely freezing outside. I went for a really early morning walk today and gosh, it is cold. Cold in the house, the hat is on. Okay, so we've got the chickpeas in there. Next thing, a little bit of olive oil. How much olive oil am I using in this one? 2 tablespoons, right, tablespoon. If not, if you haven't got a tablespoon, you could just work it out with a couple of dessert spoons. There's a couple of those in there, or just a decent glug. Okay, so that's it, olive oil's in. Right, next bit, pinch of salt. Doesn't need to be fancy, that's just left over from a few years. And lemon juice, so squeeze the lemon. So yeah, things you can dip in the hummus then. So if you haven't got anything kind of that you think might be nice, there's always, like we always seem to have those wraps, like tortilla wraps. If you dry fry them in a pan, they can kind of crisp up, and that'd be quite nice if you cut them into like little triangle shapes with scissors. That would be a really good one to dip. Toasted pita bread, vegetable sticks, and it's also a very nice side to have on salad and stuff. So I've just squeezed the lemon juice, so I'm going to pop that in. I'd be really interested to know if anybody's made any of the recipes recently, because it'd be cool if you shared them on the page, maybe with a picture, and then could see kind of how it's turned out for you. Okay, so there we go. We've got the lemon juice, the oil, and the chickpeas in there. We are going to put a bit of water in there, but I'm just going to crush the garlic. So I learned not so long ago that in a garlic crusher, I don't even need to peel it. It'll kind of peel it out for me. So I'm just going to crush that over. And I have quite a lot of garlic, so I've got a garlic crusher. But if you haven't got a garlic crusher, then you can just literally just peel the cloves and pop them in whole if you're using a blender. Last week to do the soup, I used, did I do soup last week? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I used the hand blender, like the stick blender. That would work absolutely fine as well. Or you could go kind of proper industrial and stick it in like a food processor. But for kind of ease of life, the one I use all the time on the side of the kitchen is this one, which has got the upside down bit. Okay, so that's all gone in there. Now just need a little tiny bit of water in that one, so I'll just grab some water. Oh, it looks like my husband's joined in to watch, so you're in luck, darling. This is going to be your special Valentine's nibbles. Okay, so that's on. I'm going to stick this in the blender now, so come on over with me and we will just blend it up. Has anybody got any plans this weekend to make anything nice, food-wise? Right, okay, it's going to be loads of noise now, so I won't even bore you with talking. Right, peace at last. Okay, so there we go. I didn't actually think I could get that on there. I had to use all my muscles, all my strength. Patrick will be proud of me. I've been doing my strength training. Okay, so nice and smooth and creamy. Let's have a little look. Yep, that is. Let's have a. Now, in normal hummus that I'd make, I would add a secret ingredient. But when I went to the fridge to get mine out, I realised that I'd left it quite a long time and it was a bit out of date. And that ingredient is tahini paste. Tahini paste is made up of sesame seeds and it just adds that extra bit of creaminess. Anyway, today, no tahini, so it's hummus with no tahini. So I'm just going to have a little taste to see what it's like. Yeah, that's nice. Not overly powerful with the garlic, so could add a bit more. I've used quite a lot of lemon juice in it, but again, it doesn't feel very lemony. I think we all have such different tastes, you know, like for some people, spice can be really overpowering. And then other people, obviously like myself, I can have really strong flavours and it doesn't overpower the dish for me. But anyway, so there we go. I'm going to pop it into a serving dish now. I'm going to try and get a nice one so it looks pretty. Aha, right, okay. So I've got a pretty little serving dish, but again, something plain is fine. And I'm going to see if I've got a sort of scraper. Yes, I do, like one of these baking scrapers probably needed for this because this is going to be quite thick from the chickpeas. So that goes in. Now you could flavour this, you could have added at this point, if you wanted a different flavour of hummus, you could have added maybe some curry powder and had a kind of curry spice to it. Maybe like when we were doing the Moroccan stuff, you could have added like a Moroccan sort of spice to it. Something just to add a different kind of type of flavour. Or if you are like really into chilli and hot stuff, you could have put chilli in the actual mix just to add a sort of hot element all the way through. I tend to like doing the sort of flavourings with my toppings, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's all gone in there. Just to get this one off as well. So it's a no cook recipe today. And I'll just smooth that all down. So consistency wise, I'm really happy with the consistency. If it's a bit thick when you make it, add a bit more water or add a bit of oil. Okay, so there we go. We've got that nice and smooth in there. So toppings. Let's talk toppings. Right, so I'm going to use a red onion. This is one I've got left over from yesterday. So I'm just going to chop this up really small. I'll show you what I do. Just to try and make it sort of a bit special. And if I've bought it from the shop, because I haven't had the ingredients at home, I sometimes even just decant it and try and make it look a bit nicer, just to kind of, you know, add a bit of excitement to the food. Okay, so really small chopping for the onion. And yeah, and I haven't got my helper here with me this week either. She's busy, unfortunately. So Nellie, my 2-year-old, was with me last week, and she was very helpful. She was quite in charge. She knew exactly what to do when we were making the scones. So yeah, so hopefully she'll make an appearance. If I do one of these next week, it's half term, and hopefully we'll get Nellie back on the camera to do next week's one. Okay, so these have been chopped really small, like so, and I'm just going to sprinkle them on top. Yeah, definitely. If this is a Valentine's treat, you've both got to have it. Otherwise, someone's going to be garlic and onion. And it will be quite extreme for the other person. Okay, so there we go. That is over the top there, so that looks very nice and sort of, I quite like trying to make it look kind of arty, but you don't have to faff around with that if you don't want to. I've just always enjoyed art, so I think that's sort of where I sort of end up doing that from. Okay, and I'm also going to sprinkle on a bit of cayenne pepper, but you could use paprika or nothing. And this is just to, this will add a bit of spice to it, but it's also, again, looks quite nice with the red onion. And then a drizzle of the olive oil. Be careful not to glug it, so you just want a drizzle just so it kind of makes everything a bit shiny. And that is the finished product. So I hope you can see that. Okay, and yeah, if you've got chance to kind of make a nice spread of sort of dips and crisps and bits and bobs, then this is always a nice addition to have, and it kind of looks like you've spent ages on it when in fact you haven't. It's taken about 5 minutes. So lots of good stuff in the chickpeas with regards to carbohydrates, bit of protein, and then you've got the healthy fats with the olive oil, and obviously you've got kind of the red onion and the garlic. They have got really good health benefits as well. So you could add some chili on that as well if you wanted. But I think what I will do is put that in the fridge and we will enjoy that later this evening. And it would probably keep for up to sort of maybe a couple of days if you kept it in the fridge when you weren't eating it. All right, well, that's it from me. Hopefully see you next time. And if you have tried any of our recipes, please show us in the group how you've got on with them. And if you've got any of your own, that would be amazing as well, because we always love to see what you guys have been up to. Take care then. Have a great weekend. Bye.